Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nick, and welcome to the second part of me building for my World Eater Legion. Now, the second Praetor that we're going to be building is, of course, the Terminator from the Battle of Calth set. Now, of course, like last time, the reason being that we're using the Battle of Calth Praetor is because I had these spare from the last box set, of which I used to build for my Night Lord Legion. Now, before we carry on, I wish to apologize, as there are going to be some pieces of footage that might be missing, as this was all taken from my stream, but I hope you enjoy, and let's carry on. So, the first step was, of course, to snip everything I'm going to need to build this Praetor. In doing so, I also cut out the chain blades from the Mark 6 set, because I was going to be using these later to build upon to make a proper chain fist. The reason being for this is I really don't like how the original chain fist looks. Once done snipping everything out, of course, the next step was cleaning up all the mold lines and all the snip lines, giving the entire model a nice smooth surface. So for the chain fist, I decided to use the left arm of a lightning claw from the Terminator set. I felt like with the open palm one, it was going to do very well in us to make this chain fist. But the problem was, of course, that the top part of the arm was not going to fit actually in the original place of the first chain fist, so we were going to need to cut down and shave quite a bit off the top to make sure it fits. Now, before carrying on with the model, I decided I was going to get the chainmail ready. And to do so was, of course, you get your green stuff ready, and I Vaselined up the chainmail mold and started applying the green stuff into it. So when at a later point, when I was ready to apply it, hopefully the chainmail should have solidified just enough so then I could start applying it to the model. Once I started getting everything ready, I then removed the right hand shoulder pad from both the top and lower part of this model. This was because, of course, I had some 3D printed shoulder pads with the World Eater symbol on, and I really wanted to use these to really emphasize that this Praetor was a part of the World Eater Legion. When it came down to removing the top part of the shoulder pad on the cape, it took quite a bit of snipping, shaving, and of course using the hobby knife to try my best to get rid of what I could. Now, when doing this, I do suggest that you be very careful on how much pressure you use with the hobby knife so you don't cut yourself. One of the things I didn't really like about this model was the helmetless head upon him. So I decided I was going to get rid of it, and with some help from chat, decided to use just the regular Terminator head from the box set itself. After removing the head and then realizing how short it was, the best way to get the head so it was still going to have its peak rise was to place some green stuff underneath it to just give it that little raise needed. Once I believed the main body was now ready, I decided to start gluing everything together using, of course, super glue and plastic glue. The super glue I placed at the back of the model where the green stuff and the head was, just to make it a little bit more secure. And of course, the super glue was used to glue the resin of the shoulder pad on. Now with the main body glued together, it was time to make the lightning claw look like a chain fist. And so I started doing so by snipping off the nails, where I then started to shave and use my hobby knife to get right up to the first joint. With this step, I had to first of all see how these chain blades were going to fit onto the model. And after some playing about, I could find that having the curve on the outside and the straight on the inside would give it such claw-like yet still chain fist look. Now, unfortunately, the footage of me cleaning up these chain blades, I kind of did it off camera by accident while talking to chat, so you'll have to put up with this crude image. Where you see the black lines is where I had to cut and smooth so it could fit into the joints of the initial lightning blade fingers. And here, where this circular part is, when it came down to the 2 fingers on the inside, I did have to file and cut down. So, while still giving a bit of a gap, a finger gap if you will, but it was so I could fit all 4 fingers on. The next step was pretty simple, and that was to glue the chain fist onto the body. Beforehand, I did remove the tabards and anything that dangled off of the body, but again, the footage for that, not available. But it was a very simple process, and with the chainmail basically was to hide what I had removed. I felt like the chainmail was going to look better for a World Eater Praetor, so that is what we did here. So, to apply all the chainmail onto the Praetor, we did have to super glue it on because we did leave it out for quite some time. Now, I have to state that this was pretty terrible of me. For the chain fist, I did have to apply some cables to the actual chain fist itself. It didn't look good, and the unfortunate thing is I did this all off camera. This was after the stream, as you can see here. All I'd simply used were some paper clips that had a cover around it. I just peeled it off, manipulated and moved it until we got the right look. And you can pick up these paper clips anywhere for cheap. I do plan on later videos to build models off of stream and actually do better when it comes down to making the footage. So if you wish to stick around and see more of those, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And lastly, I really do hope this helps for any ideas you guys may have. But till next time, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.